Packaging has gone too far, but I don't know whether that's a bad thing because I just happen to like it. I think it's pretty cool how people are showing their creativity and just getting in their creative bag. Packaging has evolved over time. I remember, the sandwich bags, the corner of the bags, the corner of the grocery bags, or just any part of the grocery bag. You can make a bunch of bags out of the grocery bags. And that felt right there, that felt like drugs to me. That's back when it was drugs. That's when it was considered more taboo and just part of the dare and don't do drugs. Them were the days. And looking back at it, it felt more like drugs back in, grabbing it out of a sandwich bag or something like that. Or even the times when, sometimes you don't got a bag. There's been those moments where maybe you got to use the Relo bag, or you just got to, put it in the hand, napkin, whatever. There's been all types of ways to package weed and deliver it to the customer. Packaging is really important because it separates yourself from brands. If you're going to brand your stuff, of course, you're going to have your own custom packaging. You're going to throw your logo on there. That's what people do. When you see a logo, you're able to associate that with good or bad. Like if you see this, like, oh man, I love that. I support that stuff fully. So I feel like with the packaging, it allows them to separate themselves from those other brands and those other logos. Like, yeah, you respect our logo, but at the same time, check out what else we can do with this logo or outside of this logo. And I like it. It separates yourselves. It pops on the shelves. You got to have that. You can't just have plain Jane. I know in some states they have to have plain packaging. It has to be black and white, like down in Florida. And that's just, that's sucky. But I don't mind it as long as, but it's hard to, maybe get some traction in the shop, in the store pill to, pop the colors on there for the other customer. But if they know flour, then they'll find the flour no matter what packaging it's in. If it's good, it's going to sell itself regardless. But at the same time, packaging does help to do that. In today's day and age, it has gone so far. Packaging hit a movement, in the candy wave with the runts, jokes up, all the different packaging, the die cut bags. It has all been amazing. It just the evolution of it. The Mylar bags in general were already cool. Then you upgraded it. You got die cut bags, and then you started adding, customization to it, making it look like other things. And now we've gotten to the point where now we're doing cereal boxes. We've got cereal boxes, game disc, all sorts of different packaging, and it's been pretty cool. The die cuts did get out of hand with some of the logos. You had the coochie runts and whatnot, but definitely has been a time to be alive. It makes you actually want to collect some of these bags, and I full on support it. I do think it has gotten a little too far. It's like, all right, let's dive into our creative bag within ourselves, not trying to leech off of others, but who am I to say? I got a whole Bass Pro Shops hat that I changed and put Dusa Grow Shops, and then now I put a snake on it. So I bid off of them. So who am I to judge others? But I feel like it has been pretty cool, and it shocks me. Like I see him Be Easy. He just did a Monopoly one, and even though that's taken off of from Monopoly, that shit is still cool. Like the fact that you're able to pull that off, that is creative as fuck. I don't know as far as how you're going to get with that. I remember at one point in time, there was a lot that happened with the candy brands. They were just cracking down the Skittles, the Gushers, all of them. They were like, hey, you got to change it. Like I believe Skittles used to be SKILTT, whatever, but now they had to change it to Z. So now it's ZZZ, or it's always been Z. But I know they bit off Skittles and they weren't feeling it. I remember there was a crackdown on the candy wave, and I honestly thought that was going to be the end of it, where now we have cereal boxes, the game disc, that is going, if I got a game disc, it's like, all right, bro, let me see what's on the inside. Fucking weed, that's crazy. I wasn't expecting that. One of the reasons I like the creativity with a lot of these packaging is, for one, they're killing it. Two, it's just showing we're going in a whole different route, because packaging does, display a brand. I like the cool, pleasant packaging to where it's just like, hey, that's that brand's packaging. All right, cool, got it. Maybe it's just their logo on there, nothing too fancy. But then I also don't mind the fancier ones because they're fucking cool. They're eye appealing, but what's on the inside better match it. And I feel like oftentimes that's where the packaging gets to a certain point where it's gone too far. I don't believe it ever crosses that line and goes too far unless what's inside of it doesn't match what's on the outside. If you're spending more money to produce the packaging versus producing the product itself, then none of that matters. And I don't really believe the packaging should constitute the price adjustment. Like, you're the one that wanted to go all out on that packaging. But at the same time, I could also see your perspective when you're like, well, I went out all on the packaging. That just shows how much I care for. Obviously, I care about the weed, so it should be charged more. As long as the product is better, I feel like it should cost more. I'm assuming if you're producing some cool-ass packaging, you're putting some amazing product in there, and in return, it's probably one of the more costly ones. Like Zushi. We know Zushi costs a lot, and it is justified. A lot of people justify that shit is it. But their packaging is next level, like their gummies. You know, sushi, this whole sushi thing, that fucking is dope. But the fact that they put their gummies in a little tray, like a little sushi tray, they made them the little sushi looking logo they got, and they threw chopsticks in there to grab the sushi. Now I know a lot of people are gonna overlook all that, but you got to think, you got to make a custom mold for the tray to put the gummies in. You got to, for one, you got to produce that gummy itself, and then put that tray in another tray to package it. Then you got to, form everything for the chopsticks, get the chopstick, all these different creative things that go into making something like that. It's like, that is amazing. So of course some people want to appreciate that in its fullest. They're like, bro, just give me what's on the inside. I don't give a fuck about what's on the outside. Like, yeah, that's cool, neat and dandy, but I care about, the real down and dirty. I'm Dirty Dan over here. And then some people just aren't going to be able to use chopsticks, but somebody like me, I can enjoy that. I've learned to use chopsticks. I love Korean barbecue, so I've been getting really good with the you know what I'm saying? But I think that shit is cool as hell to see. I'm just excited to see where it goes because, like I said, I thought it was gonna be done when they cracked down on the candy names and whatnot. But now they have cereal boxes, game discs, all these different things, and the custom sushi trays and food entrees, and it's so much different stuff, And I'm just excited. I'm excited to see where it goes because what's next? Right when you think there can't be anything next, there's always something. Right now, I feel like we're on the candy wave and everybody's trying to figure out what's next after candy, and is OG coming back, all this, right? And we don't know. We're gonna have to see how it plays out and see where it goes. I'm excited to see that. That's why I'm a part of this, and I've just loved the journey so far, and to just constantly see the evolution. I feel like we're in an amazing time because one day we're gonna be able to look back and just see how it went from this to that. And I feel like that's how the people that went back in Prohibition days, they went from seeing where it was to where it is now. And, that's been a lot of change. But from now until later, how much more change there will be. The moment I see cool packaging, I'm like, what's on the inside? Better match the outside. That's just my immediate thought. And if that checks the box, then I fucking love the packaging. But it has to, that's the correlation. That there ain't no this for that, one or the other. It's both of them. I got to have both of them. That packaging can be fire, but what's on the inside better be fire as well. So that's how I feel about the packaging. I'm excited to see where it goes. Let me know how you feel about it. Does it grind your gears? Do you like it? What has been your favorite bit of packaging? And what has been your least favorite? Because there's some great ones out there and just as many great ones out there. There's some terrible ideas out there as well. But neither here nor there. We're excited to see where it goes. We're going to continue to follow along the journey and follow along on my channel by subscribing and tuning in and notifications and all that cool shit. I don't fucking know. But until next time, peace.